Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. Um, any of y'all ever did like a live performance? Like, I'm not saying like Beyonce or anything like that. I'm saying like, you know, uh, the school play in theater or something like that, and you like run into the stage because it's live and you got to be there on the time, and maybe you're the first person on stage. That's what it feels like every doggone day. Yeah, I was telling somebody that's not on the Patreon, like I don't think people realize how much work this is. So sometimes I get caught up in my research, or I've been doing some airdrop farming too, and so sometimes I'll be on that, and I was like, oh man, it's time to stream. So sometimes I'm at the computer, and sometimes I'm in another room studying something. But yeah, it's pressure. Yeah, I don't realize. Like I told them in the Patreon, like I don't come on here just to just talk and yammer and collect YouTube minutes for monetization. Like for one, I'm nowhere near monetization. I don't want to say nowhere near, but it could be close enough. But I'm not. I don't have monetization. I am not near there as of now. So that's not why I do this. Like I really do this because it's the time I set aside in the day to come talk to you guys verbally. Because I can type fast because I'm a writer. But sometimes it just you know, it, I can't type everything. So I come on here to talk, set aside some time, and yeah. So glad for you guys that are already in here. I know you're gonna get some questions in. You can go ahead and start asking those, even though I'll probably look at them later. But yeah, this is real. I feel like I'm gonna have to do a part two of this one, to be honest, because there's so much information in this one. But this is crazy. Sometimes I guess, yeah, you guys should be able to see the chart. So I like usually pulling out to a 7 day or a 1 month, because I just feel like with the 1 day sometimes it either makes people too excited or too bearish. Whatever. Now you can see lines, it's starting to fall a little bit, but so it's just crazy to pull this out to the 1 month. And like I said, it's so much money in Bitcoin. Like this is 22. I don't know if y'all see that on the screen, but it's 20 over here, right under the Bitcoin number. If you can't see it, right under 51,008, it's 22% on the month that Bitcoin has moved. Like that is $200 billion. Now, I know if you're in stocks, that may not seem like anything and all that, but for crypto, that's huge. But it's $2 billion in 1 month. $2 billion. Like if you could just get one of your altcoins, most of them won't get the 200 billion. Let's just be real. You got your Solanas and stuff like that. But man, if you get 200 billions it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, is all I'm saying. So yeah, man. A lot of people are bullish on this now. We're not going to get too much into the trading and whatever, but a lot of these things are signals that a lot of traditional finance uses. I actually didn't even pull up an article for this. Let me see if I can find one. But a lot of people, let me see if I can pull this article up real quick. Um, I'm pretty sure I'll find one. But a lot of people in traditional finance and even in the crypto world have really, really been talking about this a lot. Anyway, I didn't find an article, but it's about the Bitcoin price having a weekly candle close above, excuse me, the 0.618 prior to the halving. This has never really happened before, like prior to the halving. So a lot of people see it as a bullish signal. So we'll see where we close at the end of this week. And I'm telling y'all, just off basic market psychology, people are gonna go nuts and crazy. Like it's probably gonna be a lot of money flowing, either a lot of money flowing into it, or a lot of people saying, "Hey, this is crazy. It's a top signal, or whatever." But we never try to really get in the trade thing. But I'm just saying, it's just showing you how bullish Bitcoin is right now. Another a lot of these news stories do come from Twitter, because traditional world of finance and news, they be behind on crypto news. They don't know what's going on. Um, so I'll just read it verbatim pretty much. This is pretty interesting. It said, wow, the last 7 day cumulative inflow into Bitcoin ETFs was 8.5 times higher than the amount of BTC mined, and 17 times higher if it was adjusted to the halving. And if you're new to the channel, you're new to crypto, the halving is what everybody's waiting on with Bitcoin. Pretty much means the miner rewards are cut in half, so you have less. You have half of the. So okay, let's put it this way: if 10 Bitcoin was coming into circulation per day, I'm just throwing this out as a number, that means only 5 will be coming into circulation now after the halving. So pretty much more money is flowing into Bitcoin and more people are buying Bitcoin than the Bitcoin miners are able to produce. And if you know anything, supply and demand, like there's not enough supply to cover what people are trying to buy. So that's what's causing the price to go up right now. So to say that there's people are buying 8.5 times more than they're able to mine, that's really bullish. This price could go crazy. I was going to read all of it, but man, the price could go really crazy due to this. There was what was the other part in here? Yeah, but yeah, it's going to be crazy. The halving is coming real fast, so I mean, this is going to be some really bullish. It's going to be really bullish for the space. So, and I also saw this on Twitter as well. Like I said, a lot of times you see my stories at Forbes and NBC stuff, but Kai was saying how Coinbase's exchange volume is trending up just in time for today's earnings call. Pre-market pre-market for Coinbase is opening with a massive 7% to the upside. Um, it's just showing that a lot more people are returning to crypto or taking notice of crypto for the first time. And it's so well, I don't want to go to that story yet, but it's just amazing. Like I said the other day, people don't realize like the last time we were at 50,000 in Bitcoin was like at the height of the market when everybody was bullish, all retail was in, meme coins were at an all-time high. Like that's when we were seeing 50,000 Bitcoin. And the fact that if these people start coming into Coinbase now and creating Coinbase accounts and all that kind of stuff right now, it's like we're starting at the peak of the last market. And that's just the starting point. So that's why I say a lot of people are bullish and saying, there's going to be twice as much, maybe 3 times as much money, coming into the space. But I also always try to tell you guys, like, listen, like, but we have a lot more projects that are also going to be in the space as well. So, we'll just see how the money gets dispersed. That's why I'm saying, as always, I want to be in the best projects that I can be in. Um, and so, like I was even telling someone, earlier, I feel like I made like one so call since this whole maybe one or two so calls since like since the bear market, right? But I'm not trying to have any more so calls. Like all the calls got to be bangers. They got to be the best performers, and I'm gonna give you a lot of reasons why later. I will say we got some good ones to talk about today. One in particular that you guys brought to the channel, and I'm gonna say this. I'm probably say it again later too. A lot of people think like, oh, what I'm gonna do is this YouTube guy. He's so nice and he's knowledgeable, so I'm gonna ask him about a pick, and then if he says yes, then I'll just buy into it, and they think they can skip the Patreon. But I'm trying to tell you, y'all, most of these you're not gonna find before me. Even the one that I'm going to talk about today that somebody brought forward that was really good. Um, but yeah, man, I'm not trying to have any more so picks. Like I said, with potentially there being 20,000 cryptos by the parabolic part of the market, which will how we're seeing it now being the beginning of next year. I'm not trying to have any so picks. They all got to be bangers. So anyway, so the thing I want to talk about today, as you should see from the thumbnail. Actually, I thought we would have way more people in here, but it's all good. Appreciate you guys that came out. Maybe they'll watch it later. But so what I want to talk about today is like I said, I definitely follow the AI interoperability protocols and blockchains and layer one blockchains and modular blockchains. And, as of recently been focusing some more on, DePIN and finding the right picks in there, not just any picks, because like I said, I know a lot of people were buying into two picks early in the bear market and everybody was telling me, oh, this is going to be crazy. Those things are, when I say they've dumped hard, like dumped extremely hard, like 10x down, like, or 1,000% down, and they don't look like they're waking back up. So you can't just say like just because this is in this narrative, it's going to be bullish. So those are the narratives we're covering. But I see a lot of YouTubers and even some of the crypto influencers on Twitter, like they make what do you call them? Like disclaimers, like they want to let you know, like, hey, I'm still smart, but crypto gaming, like y'all, crypto gaming is going to be one of the biggest narratives this cycle, if not the biggest. And so, like I say this again, I'm not going to talk too much about this, but a lot of you come to the channel because you say, "Hey, I watched this video you made on Celestia or Connects, and I feel like you're knowledgeable and you're smart or whatever, whatever." Um, so that's why you follow me, and I still find those plays. I still got a lot of those plays coming out that I'm very bullish on and interested in, right? But at the same time, I know with knowledge and thinking how retail thinks, the gaming is going to be probably the biggest narrative this cycle, right? So I could either sit back and have I could be all pompous and arrogant because people think I'm smart in crypto. So I'm just going to talk about the interoperability and modularity and all the deep stuff that nobody understands. Like I got in some of those plays, but I feel like they're going to be bullish for multiple reasons. Or you can get in what's going to be one of the hottest narratives, which is one of the ones I focus on now. And like I said, a lot of my patrons who say they tell you, I don't know nothing about crypto, but they know gaming. That lets me know that that's how retail is going to be thinking. So you can either feel smart, and this is for y'all too. You can either feel smart, if you want to feel smart, listen, just go retake the SAT because I'm pretty sure you know everything that's on the test. When they give it back to you, you have a high SAT score. Then you can feel smart. But if you want to make money, you got to think how retail's thinking, and you got to go to where the money is. Listen, I do try to help people. Not try. I do help people in my Patreon who come in and they say, "Hey, what are some blue chips I can get into now?" Because I want a safe play. I'll find those for you. I'll give those to you. But I already got in most of my blue chips. I think I've gotten in maybe probably around 50 to 60% of the blue chips I'm going to get in the bear market. I got my Celestia, I got my Solana, those secure bags that are still going to make some gains and that have already made me some great gains, like, especially Celestia. Well, Celestia and Solana. But yeah, you can be smart and talk about all these blue chips and stuff, but and I don't regret it really. I miss Say and Sui and Aptos at their bottoms. I'm pretty sure they'll still do well, but I got enough blue chips already, or some new blue chips that are going to be coming out that I want to get into. So I'm fine. I'm fine with the blue chips, but right now, as we get into the subject, I am trying to get the most gains. Okay, I keep saying this. I say it every channel, like. So you may put out a pick and you may be like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" "Oh, me myself, I think it's so." And you come back and be like, "Hey, man, this thing did a 30x. You said it was so. Ha ha." I'm never going to care because I guarantee you, if your play did 30x, then mine did 60 or 90x. So that's where I'm trying to be at in the hottest plays, the hottest narratives, and all that kind of good stuff. So let me go ahead and jump right into this. I've been talking a little while. I'm a little bit more calm today. I was hyped yesterday. I know y'all. But so this is my hot take. I'm gonna just go ahead and say my hot take up front. I think I've already mentioned this, and I'm going to give you reasons why, and I'm going to show you evidence as much as I can. I'm going to make this probably a 2-part series. We'll see. Not tomorrow. I'll give you something fresh tomorrow. We'll come back to it. But my hot take is there's always been the thing that people saying, "Hey, crypto games are risky," and I'm gonna cover all this today. They say crypto games are risky. It's better to get into the infrastructure and the studios and the infrastructure plays, right? I still believe that is true because just the logistics of it. You're like, yeah, because a crypto platform is hard for it to fail, especially if they're doing their thing and they got great elements, like I said, with G Swift, who's modular, and they also have the computing power sharing too. I don't know if you guys been keeping up with G Swift like I do, but so the whole GPU and computing power sharing, they're in the AI narrative. G Swift is in a lot of narratives. Y'all gonna find out soon. But anyway, when you have a platform like that and they have games coming onto them, they only need one game to be successful. So this is all true. But the problem last cycle, which is why that's what the thumbnail is, I don't care what y'all say. I know whatever made money, but a lot of those games last cycle was trash. Like, let's be honest, a lot of them were trash. They were boring looking. Some of the graphics weren't even good. The gameplay wasn't good. The developers weren't really developing the games, and so this cycle is not like last cycle, especially when it comes to games. So what happened is it was safer to get into the infrastructure plays, right? Because you're like, it's got to be something else to make these games bullish. Like Axie ran because it was play to earn. A lot of people were earning money from it, especially in other countries that weren't the U.S. So everybody's playing it. The price was pumping. What was the other thing? Smooth Love Potion, or whatever. Axie did very well because of that. Actually, I'm jumping ahead in my notes, but it's just on my mind now. So another thing I will say is because the games weren't as attractive and they weren't put together as well, it was easier to notice this one or two or three crypto games, even for the galas. Like, I know a lot of people like have Gala up on this pedestal, right? And it's cool, but they were like one of the first movers, like, you had IMX and stuff, but there weren't many crypto gaming platforms or crypto gaming projects to invest in. So that's why the stuff like Axie could get noticed. I'm not trashing Axie. I see they have been doing some more development, but like overall, like when you're talking about like a bomb, super crazy good game, like Axie wasn't that. I really haven't checked their developments, and I really don't care because they're already too high for me to want to even invest in. But so my hot take is that I think these crypto games are going to really perform because they look hot. They're very attractive. So I would say that they could perform just as well, if not better. We got to see how retailers think in this cycle. Um, yeah, the games this cycle, they don't look boring. They look crazy hype. And some of them still have the play to earn stuff behind them too. But like I said, with Axie, there wasn't enough. There weren't a lot of shiny games to take your attention away from Axie. Axie was like it had all the attention because it was that like not one crypto game, but I mean, you had like what is it, Splinter Lands and of course, yeah, the Central Lands and Sandbox and stuff. Sandboxes, we'll talk about that later in a minute though. Um, I like I said, I don't know what is this note. I try to see. I put work into my lives. I got some notes here. I'm trying to figure what is this note. Oh yeah, I was saying like yeah. So there's a lot of games coming into space, and I know how to track the crypto space. I've been in this world a while. I know the people to follow. I know where to look for information and stuff. But I also rely on the gamers, that are in my group. Like I said, I was looking at Mavia already. I already had on my list. It was definitely one of my top ones on my list. But what made me more bullish is when somebody came into my Patreon that I met at work and they were like bullish about Mavia. They don't know about the crypto space. They don't know who the backers are. They don't know who Neo Tokyo is. They don't know none of this stuff. But all they were like, that dude Mavia, that game is so made me more bullish because it showed me how retail is going to think when they come into the cycle. So once again, you can be smart and chase all these DeFi plays and whatever, and you talking about they're moving now, but retail is really where the money comes in. Like I don't understand how people have been through so many cycles and it's like they forget it though. Like you're not making money, you can make money off the people in the space, but that's not where your money comes in. Your money comes in when retail comes in and they dump their money into a cool looking game. They dump their money into this meme coin that everybody's talking about. Retail is not coming in looking for your layer 3 on Bitcoin that splits BRC20 tokens in halves and sends part to your grandma with AI, and then the AI sends back. Like they not coming in for that. Like that's not going to pump your bag. So it's cool. Y'all can get into. I saw like I talked about one of the plays the other day that a lot of people have made a decent trade on. I don't care. I'm not jealous. I don't feel like I missed anything. I'm going to sit right here and wait for retail to come in and pump my bags to Valhalla, as people love to say, or the heavens, or whatever you want to say. So these games this cycle are not the games of last cycle. I got some other notes I probably just skipped over. Maybe I'll come back to it. But let me go to this right here. This is a game. If you were here last cycle, now listen, I'm just using this point of reference. I don't think I'm investing in this because I feel like the market cap's too high for me, but it will probably pump. I don't want to get flagged. Let me turn that volume off. But just as seeing this development, and of course I'm gonna talk over this, but seeing the development of Illuvium and it's showing you like we didn't have these games last cycle. The graphics didn't look like this, even for what was one of the most hyped up games last cycle. I believe was Star Atlas, and even with Star Atlas was like a lot of people was like, "Hey, look at this game! It's got some type of graphics," because the games last cycle were trash. Um, but Star Atlas didn't even look like this. So for all those people that were thinking like, if I get something that's a little bit better than what was going on last cycle, then it's going to pump. You can believe that if you want. These games gonna come hard. Like they're gonna look really good. Um, so yeah, I'm just letting this trailer play. This is they just put this out the other day. But it's looking so much better. Alluvium was one of the ones from last cycle I felt like would continue to develop, which is why that market cap did stay up there. A lot of people had belief in them. The graphics look great. The game looks amazing. But this is what you're dealing with when I hear a lot of people like talking with language from last cycle, like, oh, casual mobile gaming is easy. And people will get into casual mobile gaming because it's easy to understand. Like, that's cool and all, but what about these dope mobile games that are easy to play and fun to play, great graphics? Like, I'm going to let the whole thing play. I don't know if I'm gonna get flat. Oh, it's still. I'm not going to let the whole thing play. But what happens when you have, games like this here that are? Well, it's just a copy of Clash of Clans, but people are excited about Mafia. Like I was saying earlier, from one of my patrons that didn't know anything about the crypto space. Let me look. I gotta make sure my sound's still on, y'all. I'm having PTSD, but when people come into the space and they see a game that's actually fun and it's almost kind of casual mobile gaming, but it's fun. A lot of people are talking about it. It's hyped up. It's following the narrative of Clash of the Clans. And another thing, people are excited about this because they felt like I wasn't able to get in early on Clash of Clans and be in one of the top clans. But now people feel like they have that opportunity over again. Plus, it's Web3. Plus, they have a token. So games like this are going to be hyped up. So a lot of people are talking with last cycle knowledge about this casual mobile gaming, and it's easy to play. People can understand it. See, it's like Bejeweled, and it's like Candy Crush, and like that's cool. You can keep thinking that, but these mobile games are going to rip people's heads off, and these are the ones that are going to pump like crazy. So if you have the choice in investing in something that's like Mavia and something that's like Candy Crush, and they're both the same market cap, which one are you going to invest in? Like, be real with yourself. So I know a lot of people have gotten into these casual mobile gaming plays, and you're telling yourself you have conviction, but it's only because you got in early. You heard somebody else shilling it to you, so you feel kind of secure in it because you think it's going to pump. But once more games start coming on the market, that there's a lot of games coming out, a lot of gaming platforms coming out as well. You're probably going to start changing your tune, and you don't want to be late to the party. You want to make sure you're holding the right bags now. Like I keep repeating and preaching on this channel, a lot of people keep saying, like, and it's a big saying in the crypto space, we're early, whether they're talking about traditional finance coming into crypto or other people coming into their plays. I'm telling y'all, from 3 cycles, being early does not feel good. I don't know why people preach. You know what? It feels good after, like after the bag is pumping, you feel like then you're gloating about it. But when you're sitting there and you're early and nobody's talking about the project, no marketing is being done, you're sitting there like, man, am I in the right play? This person over here just got a 4x. But if you continue to sit in that play, that 4x that they got could probably turn into about a 12x. But by the time they get their 12x, you're sitting at a 20x. That's why you got to be early. And it's boring. It does not feel good. So I'm not going to even let y'all think that it feels good, because you're going to be sitting there holding the token. It's not going to be moving. That's just the way it works. And but if you're in the good plays, they'll pump. And I'm not talking about the thing like when the whole market pumps. A lot of people start feeling bullish because like my token is pumping now. Yeah, the whole market is pumping, of course, but I'm talking about in the long run. Which one of these are going to pump the most? Once again, I keep saying, if you gloat about a 60x and you say, haha, Zoe, I got a 60x, I guarantee you I will have 150x. Guaranteed. So, you just got to be in the right plays and stuff. So, like I said, with the Mavias and Alluvium, look at me messing up the name, Alluvium. So yeah, these games are looking great. These games are looking great. But one thing I do want to talk about, so I'll use this as an example as I let the rest of the clip play. You have stuff from last cycle, right? And actually, Alluvium kind of covers this too. So I hate to say this, but this channel is to be real with you and help you make money. So you have plays like Alluvium that were around last cycle, but they continue to develop, right? Listen to this closely. It's going to be one of the most important things I say. And I probably said this before, but listen. So you have the games like this from last cycle, Alluvium. They continue to develop. The game trailer here looks great. I love the graphics. I love the lighting. It looks good. But what you have to be cognizant of is that I see it with a couple of plays now. You got to realize, y'all, listen. Realize there are people who, one, bought tokens last cycle that may be a crypto gaming play or any type of play. I'm talking about crypto gaming today. They bought it last cycle, and They listened to everybody thought it was going to be a super cycle and Bitcoin was going to 100K, and they held their bags down to the bottom. Those people are going to start shilling those bags to you as if this crypto game or whatever, even if it's a DeFi play, that is still good. It takes a lot of knowledge and a lot of studying and bouncing ideas off other people to realize, is this project really coming back, or are they trying to pump their bags from last cycle? There's going to be a lot of people do this. There's going to be people you like, people you don't like, scammers, people who may not even see themselves as scammer and may not even see themselves as doing it intentionally, but they're trying to pump their bags up that dumped on them last market. Here's another thing, and I'm not, it's just what it is. I'm here to teach y'all what the game is. So there's another thing. So there are a lot of people who got tokens last cycle that say they got in the pre-sale or private sale or whatever you want to call it, right? They only get those tokens. They get those tokens over a few months. So some of them maybe 24, 36 months. Some of those people are still just now getting their allocation of tokens from private sale and pre-sales from last cycle. So those tokens are just now coming into their wallets. So they're going to pump those tokens up by using you saying, hey, blah, blah, blah is a cool project. They just got the tokens. So that's why you got to realize, like, some of these plays that you saw launched last time. I got one I'm gonna talk about today, but I think it's decent. I'll tell you. I don't have any of it. So but you gotta really know, hey Zoe, what's going on with this project? Do you think this is really, because it did launch last cycle? Like, I don't know everything. Some of these plays I don't care to keep up with. But you gotta realize that a lot of people are gonna start pumping gaming tokens from last cycle. They just received their tokens. They're gonna pump them up so they can get money to put into these new gaming plays that are coming out. And so you got to make sure you're not falling for that scam, because I see it happen all the time on Twitter, and people come on here like, man, I was holding this, but it dumped. And I tried to tell y'all yesterday about some of these plays. Yeah, listen, I'm not talking about no one-time occurrence. I've seen it happen like 6 times this cycle, about 6 times. They're just like, yeah, it's not coming back. And I want to tell them, like, it's not coming back. It dumped because they pumped it up because they just got their tokens. They use y'all to pump it, and then they're out and they're gone. So, here's one I see a lot. Listen, I see a lot of people. I'm gonna just call it what it is. Sandbox I like a little bit more, but I see some people that I know. Listen to me. They know good and well that they're being deceptive, and they are up here talking about Sandbox and Decentraland doing 100x. And once again, I always try to give people the benefit of doubt, and I try to check and see if they are just making their thumbnails as clickbait. I know clickbait draws people in, but no, when you go to the video, they are as serious as a heart attack by trying to convince their followers and subscribers that Sandbox and Decentraland are going to hunt. Where are those suckers at? Let me pull that. Let me pull it up real quick. I got so many tabs open. I still gotta talk to y'all about. I think y'all gonna like some of this stuff later. I put Dana. I meant Mana. Can't type today for some reason. So listen, y'all. Decentraland is at $1 billion already. I don't know too many people that are still actively in there playing it. What I will say is most of the tokens are out on the market, so there's really no dilution to come out. But 100x, with all these gaming plays that are coming out, and it's already at $1 billion. Let's look at Sand. Sand also at $1 billion. Don't let these people lie to y'all. And like I said, I see a lot of big YouTubers, small. They held their bags down to the bottom, and they're trying to use y'all to pump their bags up. Don't be a part of that. Don't be a part of that, please. You don't even have to join my Patreon. You just watch the channel sometimes. Maybe you get a little something. But don't be a part of that mess. Those things ain't finna do no 100x, 200x anytime soon. Do I talk about that one? It's not even along the lines of gaming. I'm gonna say it because I could be wrong, but I'm gonna say it. So I'm gonna get into other stuff. But another one I held last cycle that I was bullish on. A lot of people were bullish on because of what it did. It was proof of work. It also had memeonomics. The price was like super under a penny. I think it had 2 or 3 zeros in when I bought into it, and other people. So a lot of people wanted to pump it up because the market cap was low. It had the memeonomics behind it, and it had good utility. But in the project is Nervos Network CKB. I don't know if Nervos Network or CKB has any new developments, but I don't know if I really care. But I'm trying to tell you, I see a lot of people pumping it up now for different reasons. I don't see I think they're trying to pump their bags that dump from last cycle. Is all I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all do with that information as you will. But so anyway, along the going along with the crypto gaming is not the same from this cycle as it is this cycle. I don't know how long I've been talking, but whatever. So what I'm saying is, if you see something at a 10 million market cap, right? And you think, yo, okay, this is casual mobile game, this is a gaming project, it's got a pump or whatever, and you've been told it's going to 100x or 1000x. There are other gaming plays that are around that same market cap, or they may be double, but those things are going to outperform it. And you'll be sitting there holding that play because it's at 10 million or 15 million, and somebody told you it was going to Valhalla, and then it stops at 250 million, and you got about a 10, maybe 15x out of it. I don't want that happening to you. You guys. There's a lot of crazy good picks coming out. um you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you get a 20x out of it or whatever, but congratulations, you got the same performance that you could have got with a layer one that started at 800 million market cap, and yours only started at 10 million, which is why it's very important to make sure you're in the right place. I'm much more calm than I was yesterday, but I'm really trying to give y'all the knowledge of what's going on in the market. This next point. So there are a lot of different factors, and I probably still didn't get them fully out like I want to. But there are a number of factors that pump a crypto, and especially a gaming crypto. Yes, influence. Ooh, I wrote no notes on that. I must did not feel good about that. I'll get to it in a minute. But there are a couple of factors, ADHD, whatever y'all. A couple of factors that pump a crypto. Excuse me, an influencer shilling it, a community shilling it being attractive automatically to new investors or retail investors, the marketing that they have, like when they're the marketing that the VCs usually they have, the VCs have that marketing money where there's a new exchange listing or a new partnership that they have, or just whatever marketing. So those are the things. I'm pretty sure there's about four more. I'm embarrassed that I don't have a full list, but those are the kind of the things that pump a crypto. But what I keep preaching on this channel as I get into these gaming picks that I'm about to talk about that you guys asked me about, and then I'll read the comments. What you do not want to do um, is be stuck. I know some of y'all think it feels good, but where you don't want to be stuck with your gaming picks is being stuck like you're in a meme coin. And when I say that, it means that it's just all community shilling. It's not an attractive project. You kind of have some influencers shilling it, but you feel like you got to go to every person's YouTube live and put it in the comments. Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. You don't want to be in that. Like that's cool if it's a part of why your crypto pumps, but you want the other factors too. You want some big influencers shilling it, even though sometimes they're scamming, but you want it to be automatically attractive to retail investors when they come in. You want to make sure it has good marketing, good exchange listings. You listen, why, like I said, I always say this, why are you trying to pick up another shift? Why are you trying to work another job? Why are you trying to get into crypto? You like, I got in this, I got in at 150,000 market cap, and I got to work hard to shield this so it can go 100x. And you just in everybody's comments like, hey, look at it. Hey, look at it. Hey, look, like you giving yourself extra work and stress for no reason. And sometimes you do all that work and it's still only 20x's. So get in projects that are going to have other bullish factors about them. Like I said, I'm gonna probably make this two-part series because I feel like it's just so much to talk about in this. And yeah, this is not the most hyped up stuff, but if you take this knowledge in and you think about it and you consider this when you're investing in cryptos, I'm telling you, it's gonna help. It's gonna help you a whole lot. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. I think a lot of you guys that I actually like, you guys, you guys come to my channel a lot and support every day. I think like two or three of you guys asked about this. What is this here? Oh, I put this on the wrong side. It's okay. I'll come back over here. Just trying to make sure I got through all of my tabs correctly. Already talked about Nervos, which I was, like I said, I was bullish last cycle, but not this cycle. So this is one. Listen, y'all. Y'all keep asking about this, and I know why. Um, it's a low market cap. Usually, I try not to put this stuff on the stream. Wow, I really wrote no notes. Either I didn't write any notes. Maybe I didn't get a chance to get to it. Let me go over here. Let me pull up this tab instead. So what I will say about this project Hive or Hive game token crypto, I do see a lot of people in the space that I respect following this. These notes are, I don't have any notes, so this is coming off the head. A lot of people I respect follow this token. It is pretty new. Um, it's a low market cap, which a lot of people are bullish on because they're like, "Hey, man, this is an easy 100x." That's how people see it. This, what is the circulating? The circulating is pretty low. Um, this is one of the ones I feel like you have to shield it. If you can see the gameplay, let me know. Maybe it's because I'm not a gamer. I have two gamers in my Patreon that I depend on their input. This don't look exciting to me at all. So what you probably could be saying is, "Hey Zoe, I'm in the Discord. I know the developments they have going on." But nothing about this play makes me even want to dig in the Discord. To see if maybe I'm missing something, or maybe there's some people behind it that I don't know they are going to pump it. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. Even if Neo Tokyo themselves was behind this and they were going to shill it to the heavens, I couldn't see myself buying this because I still feel like the pump would be limited by the way this game looks. Being a low market cap, it could pump, right? But I feel like there's stuff that is even higher market cap that continue to pump and could get you more exits. Once again, I haven't said this in a while, but I am not here to market cap hunt. Just because it has a low market cap doesn't mean I'm going to invest in it. I could get something that is this is, I shouldn't even be saying this on stream. It's a low market cap, but I could find something at 40, 50 million market cap that I feel like could do even more X's than this. Once again, maybe you got some alpha that I don't know, but it looks boring. It looks like trash to me. Sorry, maybe some developers are working on this that I like, but and it's another thing I didn't like. So I came to their page, and usually, like, you have influencers or somebody on Twitter like sharing something, and then the project will share it back. I don't have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is, even though I love, I think this is in the Solano ecosystem too. I don't like this that they're like, "Hey, this is from their page. Hey, low cap, only 700,000 at the time. It's not 700,000 now. 700,000 worth of HGT circulating. Like, why are you making this post? Like, this, it looks like you have put together a game to me because you wanted it to pump, and this was only made to make money. Now, if I find some new news on this, will I be embarrassed about the statement? No, because this is at face value. This is the review how I'm seeing it. It looks like it was just made to make money because you can make money in crypto. I'm gonna throw a game together. It looks super boring. The way they're moving, it's very stagnant. I don't know if they think they're Street Fighter or not, but you can invest in it if you want. Let me know if you got some more alpha on this in the comments that I'm missing. But once again, I feel like even if you say, "Yeah, man, Alex Becker holds a big bag, this he's going to pump it," and even if you said this VC that I like is behind it, I would not invest in this. Nothing exciting about this to me. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to fudge nobody's bags. Once again, I got a small channel, I can't really fudge your bags, but it looks very boring to me. But I know boring stuff could pump. But like I said, people keep saying like, "Well, actually didn't look that hot, but it still pumped." Let me show you guys why. Actually, the third pick I'm gonna talk about will show you more so why. But I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this one because you guys been asking about this, and I guess because you've been seeing it places, and there's a reason to ask about it. But it's already well known, so this is not like super alpha, I don't think. But the play is a lot of times, a lot of you guys been asking me about big time. So I'm pretty sure you've been seeing people talk about it. I think it's one of the dopest games of the cycle. Yes, it's a higher market cap, probably higher than some of you guys want. But for one, well, let's just say what it is, and I'll talk about that stuff. So big time, you should know by now, but if you don't, it's okay. Big time, and I did invest in it. Is a play to earn multiplayer online role playing game. But listen, I'm not going to read the thing. Pretty much, you team up with your friends and you beat up monsters. And let me show you the graphics. The graphics are cool, and there's a number of things that are bullish about this project. Let me turn this music off. As you watch the gameplay or whatever, that they have a lot of Web 2 gamers already like playing this and streaming about it on Twitch, TikTok. All the my mom's calling. I'm gonna have to call her back. But you already have a lot of streamers playing this game. So it's getting a lot of hype behind it. Once retail really comes here and they're like, "Hey, that's that game that I saw on Twitch and I saw on TikTok." Um, you know, it's going to cause it to pump. But it's really fun. The graphics are great, and it's pretty much based on like the whole time travel thing. You can go to any time period and fight with your friends or whatever. And this it's an adrenaline rush. They have the whole NFT factors, and I don't know how expensive it will get to play the game because I know a lot of people saying that the NFTs are maybe getting a little bit more expensive, but it's a fun game. Retail is they already know about this game. It's already been out there, like I said on. Oh, it's coming on. But yeah, the game looks great. And also the another thing that's bullish about it, I know a lot of people now it's true. You definitely love when your crypto gets listed in the peak of the bull run on Coinbase, right? But it's still good that it's already on Coinbase. So a lot of retail can already access this. This is the easiest place. This is the easiest place for retail to get crypto. That's where everybody's going to come on in. I know Robinhood is doing their little thing or whatever, whatever. I don't like Robinhood. Are you? Let me know in the comments because I don't care. I've never been on there, but I know before you couldn't withdraw your crypto from Robinhood though. Like you couldn't self custody. But they sound like they're trying to work to be more Web3, especially they know what last cycle did, so they're trying to be ready. The Robinhood had a lot of good stuff going on for them last cycle, even though their founders did some scammy stuff. They had some good stuff with stocks, the whole GameStop thing, as well as crypto. But anyway, what I was saying is Coinbase is one of the easiest places to get crypto. So that's one thing that's bullish about big time. And if this cycle is ridiculous, crazy, like everybody's hoping it be, and there's 3 and 4 times more money, and big time is just going to be easily, just by accident, it's going to be getting money pumped into it. Like I said, right now it's at about 200 million, but um, with it being on Coinbase, it still could perform well. I could see it doing. Let's see, I mean, even with the market cap is at, I could still see this doing a 20, 30x. I know that doesn't sound high enough for some of you guys, but it is at 200 million. But it could go crazy. It could do 100, 200. What if Coinbase just goes crazy? It could do crazy numbers. But anyway, so this last one I'm gonna talk about, which was brought to me, like there's not too many. Actually, I wouldn't say you didn't find it before me, and I'm not so arrogant to be like, oh, I find everything first. I'm all knowing, but I did see this one that I'm about to talk about. Um, but I didn't really look deeper into it. It was like on my list. It probably was like number 30 or 40 or something, somewhere around there. But it does look decent. What they did mess up on is naming it. I don't even know if this is the same project, but anyway, let me pull up the project. I don't know if they switched or but there's another game. I don't know if it's Web 2 or Web 3 that's called Magic Craft as well. And that game looks like garbage. Sorry if you played that game. Um, But so I don't know if that was their game before and they remodeled or whatever. But anyway, this game is still near its bottom. It's only like 2.5x from its bottom, because I believe it started around about the bottom was around 2.4 million market cap or whatever. I try not to say market caps on stream, but it's a pretty low market cap. They do have decent backers behind them. They do. It's a multiplayer online battle arena game. It's player versus player esports game. Maybe I should have pulled up their Twitter, whatever. That's on BNB, and it is play to earn. Like I said, it has decent backers behind it. I see a lot of people following this game in the space that I respect. I can't say when they. What I will say is this game did launch. Let me see if I can get this right. Yeah, it did launch like after the last bull run, so it launched in 2022, which makes it a little bit older, but it did launch after. The game. Let's see if I can pull it. The game actually does look pretty. I would put this like a step below, like the one we just turn the sound off. Big time, a step below Illumia, as far as development, gameplay, and the graphics and how everything looks or whatever. Like I said, the games this cycle have gotten a lot better, but it does look fun. It does look like it has that adrenaline rush thing. I think the goal is I didn't do deep dive on it, but the goal is like you're protecting your base, and both teams are protecting their base. It's like 3 versus 3 or 5 versus 5, and you're trying to destroy their base or get the most kills or whatever. So it's that adrenaline rush, the same as you would get probably like from Call of Duty, or when you're in those battle royales or battle arena games when you're like, yeah, you know what Call of Duty is. So I can see this being a fun game, adrenaline rusher. Like I said, it has decent backers. It is a low market cap. A lot of people in the space that I respect follow this. They can set this thing on fire and send it to the moon. I believe it's already on both Android and iOS. So once again, I try to tell you every time you come to the stream that when you see me talking like, no, 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 this pick is trash, trash, trash. It's not that I'm trying to FUD picks that I don't hold or that are not mine or I think everything is bad. I'm literally giving you my honest opinion. This is one of the few ones that you guys have, asked about, and it looks pretty good. It looks like it could be fun. Like I said, the graphics aren't up there with a Lumia or Big Time, but it looks like it could be fun. And just the, like I said, the adrenaline rush of, trying to tear down the other person's base before they tear yours down. It's already on Android. It's already on iOS. Yeah, it looks good. Mobile, and this is what I was saying earlier about the people like casual mobile gaming. Back to Mavia. Now Mavia is a bigger market cap, right? So you're like, oh, you can't compare that, Zoe. This one is a smaller market cap, along with some of these other plays that y'all are like, oh, it's casual mobile gaming. So therefore, like, this is mobile gaming as well, and it's fun and it looks attractive and it's going to be kind of eye popping. Like I said, maybe the graphics aren't the best of the best, but they're pretty decent. I don't know if you can see it on screen. So like, I think something like this has a better chance to pump. Like, people like playing games with their friends. They like the 5v5, the 3 versus 3 thing. Um, and I think you can. I think they have a new element where you can bet in the game too. So I think you can like wager your MCRT tokens. I think that's the ticker. But you can like wager your tokens and put them up for bet, and then whichever team wins, they win the token. So yeah, so it's kind of like GambleFi, GameFi. It's got some narratives working for it. So, it's cool that you guys, I don't know if you saw somebody shill it or you did your research, but this is a cool one that I think people have brought to the channel. I can't say whether, what it will do. But like I said, decent backers. The game looks fun. It's a low market cap. Some influencers are following it. And once again, don't think like, I'm gonna just ask about a token and wait for him to tell me if it's good or not. I don't have to join the Patreon. You should join the Patreon because I'm talking about stuff that other people are not talking about, even stuff that people are like, no, that's bearish. I wouldn't get into that now. I'm like, okay, stupids, but y'all go ahead and do that. But yeah, so you guys brought this to the channel and it looks pretty good. I feel like I talked long today. Did I? Yeah, I did. It's all good. But more relaxed today. But listen, hopefully you guys got something out of this. I'm gonna look at the comments now, but I'm really just trying to help you guys out. Make sure you're not getting into bags that people are just gonna pump temporarily and dump on your head. And so yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Yeah, so let's look at these comments. Saba said, "Hey, CryptoZoa, I hope you're doing great. Just a quick one. If Bitcoin pumps, but your altcoins doesn't pump and stays in the red or even a few percentages down, is that a bad sign?" Man, I know a lot of people ask this. There's so many signs that you could take into account. I don't know what your altcoin picks are. Oh, you gave examples. I've been telling y'all on this channel forever. Listen, I'm gonna say positive and negative. GFAL could pump like crazy. Maybe retail comes in and hear that EA is behind it. But GFAL, I feel like, just relied too much on the fact that they had Trip Hawkins from EA, and that was their only selling point. I haven't even seen them barely try to do minor marketing. And so that's why you got to really know the space. So there's a lot of good projects right now that are not doing as much marketing either, but they're at least trying. And so let me answer your question and somebody else's from other day. They said, hey, why is this coin pumping and this one is not? Because most of the times they put marketing stuff out. Like they're saying, hey, we got a new partnership, or we're, partnered with this influencer. Like one of the picks that people became bullish on. I had been talking about this pick for weeks, and the price had been falling, which I understand. So a lot of people probably like, I don't know about this pick. But then they put out some marketing like, hey, we got this partnership with blah, 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 or we're giving away this. Then the price started to pump a little bit. It's still kind of down. You still got time to get into it in the Patreon. But I think GFAL just thought we're the big dogs because we got Trip Hawkins from EA and we don't have to do any work. We're just going to tell you we got Trip Hawkins. I don't see myself ever picking up GFAL again this cycle. That's just how I feel about it. And I was saying this months ago, but people kept thinking I was going to tell them on the channel what the picks are. I'm not. And even for my Patreon, I'm gonna be honest, like I'm waiting till they get closer to launch, because what's not going to happen, and I think I'm all nice, but I'm business too. What's not going to happen is I tell you what the picks are, all the picks are now, and then you jump out the Patreon and you go somewhere else and tell everybody about the picks. And then when the picks come out, everybody knows about them. and then they pump it up, and then my Patreon members don't get a chance to get into it. So that's why I don't tell people about picks early. But I was saying with GFAL, I was like, hey y'all, there's gonna be some gaming picks that are gonna come out, and the bullishness of GFAL is gonna fall off because people are gonna see shiny new objects. Man, you don't know what you're talking about, man. They got Trip Hawkins from EA. That's the only thing I see coming out your mouth is Trip Hawkins from EA. But what are they developing? Do the games look good on the platform? So yeah, I don't hold GFAL. I'm not. It's not financial advice. You can hold it if you want. Retail could come in and pump it to Valhalla, but I don't. I don't. I'm not bullish on GFAL anymore. Lit Labs looks pretty decent. They got good marketing. They got. I like their promo stuff, but Lit Labs was. I'm trying to tell you, was artificially pumped by a couple of patrons that have. They may be smaller YouTubers or smaller patrons, but their patrons still have buying power. And when you have three or four of those doing it together, I think it was artificially pumped. I'm not saying Lit Labs is a bad project, but it's not something I will hold. It does look pretty decent. There are some influencers following it, but it never piqued my interest to look deeper into Lit Labs. And I already told you my take on GFAL. So, but listen, let me tell you something. Some of my plays that I'm very bullish on, some of them the prices are sitting still. I don't say the prices have been falling, but some of them have fallen. I would say only like maybe two or three, but I'm still very bullish on it. So there's just a lot of reasons. Another reason I gave yesterday is you also got to realize this could be good or bad. But for new projects that just launched, if the influencers and stuff haven't gotten their tokens yet and they're on a 3 month cliff from the pre-sale or private sale or a 5 month cliff, I know one of them is on a 3 month cliff that I'm really bullish on. And so nobody's talking about it now. But trust me, as soon as they get those tokens in their hands, they're going to be telling you how great the project is. And I think the project is great. And one of them has some very bullish elements about it. Maybe if you can guess, if you're in the Patreon, you know which one I'm talking about. The price fell a little bit. It's been kind of hovering pretty low. And so people are like, is this project going to do anything? Trust me, this project is going to kill. But the influencers don't have their tokens yet because they're on a 3 or 4 or 5 month cliff or whatever. So summertime come, you'll see how crazy it pumps. But anyway, PC said, happy start to a new day. Always a happy start to a new day. At least I try to make it. As he said, good morning, Zoe. I know I'm way behind these comments. Soundback said, what's up, bro? Hey, man, you can't be asking about. Listen, I just, oh, you must not be in Patreon. See, so you got to get in Patreon, man. Y'all can't be asking all these questions on stream, man. You got to get in Patreon. You got to find out what the business is. Let's see if I can get all the way down here. Okay. As he said, y'all funny. Y'all must not be in the Patreon. Ansem said, crypto gaming still looks bad for me. What is that? Is it a particular crypto game you're saying looks bad for you, or just saying overall the narrative looks bad for you? Tad Ape said the next great crypto personality. Is that me? I'm not sure. Truth being early scary. Being early is scary. Yeah, it is scary because the prices just be sitting there. They just be chilling, and you be wondering if you got in the right play or not. Oh man. Oh, I'm usually I have a billion comments. I thought this one was gonna be. I thought y'all was gonna pack the house. Ooh, somebody got a crazy stream going on. It's all good. I don't care. But yeah, I'm here to answer questions as always. This will be like one of the first lives we end before hour. WJS said, "Can you take a peek into Medicaid?" I've been following Medicaid for actually a while. I do know some of the people behind it. I just kept this on stream forever. Probably gonna start. Somebody gonna come to my stream, see they're gonna see it, and they're like, buy it. Oh, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going back up now. Let me look at this. But anyway, I was saying I know some people behind the project, and as of right now, how do I feel about this Joker? As of right now, I just feel like it has to be Shield. It's not one of the ones that I would hold. Once again, some people follow it that I respect. They could have some bullish news coming in the future, but I have to see it right now. I will say that actually it's funny because them and HGT, which I talked about early, I feel like they're connected to some really pretty big people, and that's why people may be bullish on them. But that's not enough for me. I don't need retail coming in, and they don't even know who Alex Becker is, and you try to, but Alex Becker likes it, and they're just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I want them to be able to come in and be bullish on the project. But yeah, they're connected to some projects that I respect and some people that I respect, but This just not enough for me on Medicaid. And the name is like some people think it sounds cool, but I'm like, Medicaid, Medicare, uh, AARP. It kind of feels that way for me. But yeah, um, as he said, I like your you would I guess you're saying you would like my opinion on. Haven't heard of that one, my guy, but I'll look it up now and see what's up. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna say it again. I'm not saying you are because I love that you guys come to stream, but I keep to anybody. Don't think you're getting over by just asking stuff on the stream because I guarantee you, if you're in the Patreon, you're missing a lot of stuff. Even one I put out the other day, 2 days ago, like and I know it's this one actually made me feel kind of bad because I don't want it to immediately pump. I want the Patreon members to get a chance to get in there. But I mean, it was like as I was putting the buy alert out, it just started flying, and it's up pretty big right now. So listen, if you think you're coming to the stream, you just gonna ask a bunch of questions, and telling you, you're missing out. You're gonna miss out because chances are I'm gonna find a lot of the good plays before you do. But I'll look at this. I'll look at it. I'll look at it. I'll look at it. So give me a minute because, like I said, maybe some quiet time, but I really do try to look at the plays y'all give me. But like I said, I don't want people taking that for advantage because it's gonna come a time in the cycle when I'm not gonna be able to do this as much, and you're gonna literally have to be in the Patreon, which I am capping off. I'm not gonna have one of these ridiculous Patrons with 1,000 and 2,000 people. That's just stupid. Um, hmm. This play. Hmm. I know you're asking about this because you're seeing that super dirt low market cap, but oof, this feels like even if I would find something bullish on it, I'm gonna have to really, really dig. Mm, okay, that's a lie off top. I hate when people put lies on their Twitter pages that you know is a blatant lie. Um, yeah, you can't tell blatant lies like that. See, that makes me skeptical already. Mm, oh, okay. I see. I see who's following this. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna have to look deeper into this one. It could be a hit or miss, but right now I can't really tell. But I don't like that they put a blatant lie on their Twitter page. Um, I'll that's dirt low. I'll look into it. As of now, it doesn't like something I would hold. I saw one thing that just made me maybe want to look into it some more, but at first glance, it's not something out there. Oh, look at Bitcoin, y'all. Let's put this on the one day. It looks crazy that so it dropped, but it's trying to make a little candle there. Elon said, "Hey Zoe, did you look into Oh, now Turbo I'm already on. But as far as a deeper dive, I know you're probably like, man, this thing looks good. And I have not got a chance to look deeper into the first one yet. Maybe I will today. I had a lot of like I'm telling you guys, like I get off stream, I try to have like a little 20-minute break to myself and take care of some things I gotta take care of. Then I come back, I start researching or airdrop farming. And if you're in the Patreon, you should know probably what I'm airdrop farming right now. And that airdrop, the last one I put out, is looking way more bullish. Like if you go ahead and get in early right now. Um, but so yeah, I'm just I pick and choose sometimes when I do research and stuff. And I do try to research for you guys too, but I'm just being honest, I'm gonna do my research first, the stuff that I'm following, because I may know more about it. But I will say that pick did look good. But I haven't got a chance to do a deep dive on it yet. And I wanted to do it for this stream because it was about gaming, but I didn't get a chance to yet. But yeah, smash the like, guys, as on your way in or while you're in here, so it at least matches. I got big lips, y'all. So when I say certain words, it just be like blah 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 whatever. Um, Bob said, I think Mavia looks like a good game, but I don't see the token utility. Um, Man, that's one of those things. I always read sentence by sentence, so I'm gonna still read the rest of your comment. But that's one of the things where I tell people like it's good to have knowledge of crypto token utility, vesting schedules, dilution, um, all that kind of stuff. But sometimes this is for me too, so it's not to be condescending to you. This is for me too. That sometimes you can't be too smart in crypto, and like these retail investors ain't gonna give a crap about utility. All they see is this game is hot. That's the token for the game, and this token is gonna pump, and that's why they buy it. But anyway, so to read the rest of your comment, you said a lot of these crypto games seem to have the token that is affiliated with the name of the game, but in the game, but in-game coin is different. Oh, now that's a better statement. I will say we had that with one of the projects I'm bullish on, and I kind of hate that. I hate when projects have two tokens because people are confused. Which one do I buy? And this is one I'm going to mention that for us that know the space. Let me pull up this information as I'm talking about it, right? To make sure I'm correct on this, I'm gonna go down here and open up these tabs here. So I want to make sure I feel like I'm still correct on this, right? And so many people are so mad because it doesn't make sense. So the project is the Citus project, right? And so the one that people really should be holding is this one, the governance token, which is Senate. And Senate is 20 million market cap, right? But if you go to which is the in-game currency, whatever, it just has the project name, right? It's three times higher than the more important token. So that's what I'm saying. Even for these people are Web3 people, they're in the crypto space, and it has to be really like you have to almost really search the Discord. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all didn't even see nothing. I just showed. I'm sorry. So we're here with the Senate token, which did a little dump, but it's at a 20 million market cap. And that's the more important token because it's the governance. But people went and they said, this is the name of the project, though. This is the name of the project. It's called Citus. So it's 3x higher than the more important token. But just how that's how people do sometimes. It would have to be almost blatantly said by the team in the Discord or the project that, hey, this token is more important. You should hold this token more in order for people to understand that. But I do like when people have one token. It's just so much easier. There's no questioning which token you should hold. So that is a problem with a lot of these tokens, man. So I feel you on that one. Lexodon said, "What's goody, Zoe? You think we still in for a major dip after the halving? Bitcoin is 52K. We're only 18 from all time highs. There's a lot of speculation behind this, and I try not to worry about it. I'm gonna answer your question, but like I said, man, I just try to worry about the entries where I got in on tokens, and just make sure my entry was good, and that's all I care about. But to answer your question, um, the conundrum we have in this cycle is comparing it to cycles before and realizing that this cycle is completely different. We have a lot of institutional investors in here. A lot of people are buying into the ETFs. The supply is going down tremendously. I don't know, man. I think we can get to all-time highs quicker than what we're thinking. I don't know because of the players that are in here that are not ready and used to those 15, 20, 30% dips. I almost feel like the big heads that are leading the ETFs are almost probably going to try to stop that from happening. And like I said, with the ETFs coming in, I think the FOMO is going to get real. Like I said the other day, with news channels reporting that Bitcoin is over 50K, it's causing a lot of people to FOMO in the ETFs. I don't know. I really never try to worry about this stuff, but I will say that I'm not sure if we're going to get that next dip. But that's why I kept trying to tell people not to sit on the sidelines. All those people were telling you we're going to retrace to 20. I remember at some points I was just like, y'all sound stupid at this point. Like we were at like 45K, and people like, but we got to still retrace and revisit 26. Like, bro, with all the news that was going on with ETF and stuff like that, they were saying it was a sell the news event and we're going to dump back down, trying to be too smart. Don't try to be too smart in this market, y'all. Just if you getting in at something at a low market cap, especially dirt low market cap, and it's under 10 million, get in. Like just try, at least try to get a little bit in there. don't try to be the smarty pants. It's like, but it's a low cap and low, micro caps could dump. Like one of them did it to us. Like it was right. It's a low market cap and it's easier for them to dump. It just takes a little bit of money for that sucker to go down 100% or 50%. And one of them we got in, and it let's say if we got in at $10, it went down to $3. It went down three times less than where we got in, but I just kept laddering in because what you don't want to do, because everybody's always saying like, I knew it was going to dump. See, man, I should have waited. No, you didn't. You did not know it was going to dump. So, you got lucky to dump. So just buy some more. Don't be saying, man, I should have waited. Like that's where most people get wrecked at, and is trying to say, I should have waited. I knew it was going to dump, or I'm a see. You can do that if you want to. Not financial advice, but I'm telling you from watching multiple cycles, that's how most people get wrecked, and they get madder. I said matter. I saw it coming off my tongue, and I still said it. Matter. Whatever. I don't care, y'all. They get more mad. My girl is gonna roast me about that later. But they get more upset because the thing ends up 2xing, and now they're buying less of the token. So I'm saying that to say is like, listen, because that's what people are saying now. See, they were like, see, I told you it was going to retrace. I told you it was going to dump. And don't get me wrong, it could keep bumping against this 52, right, and go down. But I'm not trying to take that chance. So I fully understand that Bitcoin still could dump back. It could dump back to 48,000, and your altcoins could dump some. And you're gonna be like, listen, just try to ladder it. If your particular altcoin is at a good price, go ahead and try to buy in. I'm not sure. Some of you guys have different names from the Patreon, so I'm not sure if you're in the Patreon. But I talk about the stuff in the Patreon. You can ask me about entries in there, or whatever. WJS, you got a super long name there. WJS Tenify. Retail don't care about token utility. They don't even know. Yeah, they don't know about that, man. That's like, even when I talk, I'm gonna tell you this. I got some smarter friends that in traditional finance and crypto. Some of them are engineers, teachers. A couple of them got doctor's degrees or whatever. And all they heard last time, I remember them coming to me like, "Hey, man, I heard about Doge. What's this new Shiba thing?" Like they just know it's a token that's making money. They don't know utility. It was even hard trying to explain to them what a meme coin was. Like they didn't grasp it. And it's just like they don't care. They just see us making money. So like I said, Bob, you're right in what you're saying. You're completely correct. Like some of them don't show any type of utility, but people only know that token is a part of the project. Like I gave the example with Citus. Senate is the more important token, but people are aping into Citus because that's the name of the project. But I think with one of the other ones that we like, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think the right one will probably be the one that pumps the most, but I still hold the other, just in case it goes crazy. And I've given my feelings on that in the Patreon. Elorm said, "Thanks for your feedback, Zoe." Oh yeah, always. I'll just try to say how I see it. But I would definitely will. I have that on my list to look into those two. And I'll put it on my list from today too, just to double down on it. But I'm pretty sure it's on my list. I'm gonna look at it. And the other one I'm already had on my list anyway because that's in one of my favorite ecosystems. And Crypto Rose said, "Do you feel like large institutions will buy up a lot of Bitcoin supply in the coming years?" I do. I like I said, I talk about other YouTubers too. I don't try to act like I'm the source of information, but y'all, if you know, I'm gonna put it this way. I love George at Cryptos R Us, but you're not gonna make the same money over there. George just talks about Bitcoin. That's where his following comes in. A lot of the older investors who like Bitcoin, but that's what he's been warned about. He's like, if you don't get yours now, you're gonna let them all buy it all up. So I tell people, even if you have a decent amount of money, just buy a little Bitcoin just to know that the institutional investors won't buy it all up. But yeah, they're definitely going to try to come in and buy it up. You said it's about supply in the coming years, and how do you think that will affect the market as a whole? Could that lead to more stability or volatility? Yeah, I think it is going to lead to probably more stability, and that's why people are saying that those astronomical gains. I'm gonna say this one last time. That's why you got to be in the right picks. Because if you think you're gonna have a second chance, when you're holding something that you thought was gonna moon and it only does a 10 or 20x, and you look back and realize it's too late to get a 100x or 200x or something, it's gonna be too late. And that's probably what I'm talking about more so tomorrow. You got to be in the right picks now because it's gonna get more stabilized as we go. It's the same with stock market. Like I know we compare this a lot to stock market, but the stock market was volatile at the beginning too because there wasn't a lot of money into it. like most of these stock market plays, it takes billions of dollars to move them 5 and 10%. That's why you can't get those types of returns. So yeah, I think it's going to get more stable. Yeah, but like I said, I feel like I'm gonna have to come back to this one. I know maybe you guys thought I was going to talk about a lot of crypto gaming picks, but I'm trying to tell you guys like the things to think about. Like these I see a lot of channels pumping old stuff. The worst of them are the Decentraland and Sandbox, who are already at a billion market cap, and they telling people it's going 100x because they trying to pump their bags back up that they lost money on. And I do respect that some of the bigger YouTubers have mentioned like, hey, I also got caught last cycle on my bags dumped because I thought it was an extended cycle. But be careful of the ones who are trying to pump their old gaming tokens from last cycle. Trust me, y'all, they're not bullish on those. They just trying to inflate those bags so they can get back some of the gains they lost because they probably lost a lot of money. So yeah, just gotta be careful. But anyway, so I'm supposed to do this thing. So I gotta do this before I get out of here. Very, 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 very important. I always forget this because I'm really not here just to sell this to you guys. Mine is to really, really help people. So yeah, there is my Patreon. If you're not in the Patreon, you can join. It's only $50 a month. The price will go up, I think soon. Yeah. In the beginning, I said I wasn't going to do that, but it's gimmicky. It makes people FOMO in, but I think the value in there is great. I'm gonna, cut off at a certain point and be the OG tier, and they'll have that price, and then they'll have a different color in there, or whatever, so I know who they are. But yeah, I'm capping my entire Patreon at a certain level anyway. It's not going to be as big as y'all see some of these other Patreons. But my Patreon is patreon.com/cryptozo. And I guess I got to put it in the comments for you guys to click if you want to click on it. And yeah, another thing I've been thinking about this, you guys asked about. I got to start getting the comments on the stream so you guys can see what people are asking about. But listen, I spend most of my time studying airdrop farming and just making sure we're making money in the market. That's not the most important thing to me right now. I try to read them out loud, but I will get to it. I don't think I'm not considerate of that or whatever. But right now I got some other fish to fry. I got to find the good picks that's going to make us tremendous money. So once again, thank you guys for coming to stream and hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys so much. Hopefully you got your questions answered, or you understand the market a little better. And, I said something that can help you out. I know YouTube does not like streams over hour, but I don't do this for YouTube. I do this, guys, for you. So you guys can get the help that you need. And appreciate you guys. And I'll see you